Hello and welcome to the Learning Objective 3 Exercise 2. We're going to multiple linear regression. As always, you can download this file from our website and it includes three tabs. Exercise solution, where the same calculation is provided with a solution for you, and question, where there's a different data set where you're going to replicate the calculation for yourself, but there is no solution provided for you, so you have to figure out for yourself. So we're going to do multiple linear regression. Uh, we have a data set which I used data mining software import.io, and I downloaded altogether 373 different computers. I also, for each computer, I recorded price, I recorded resolution of the screen, processor frequency, and how much RAM it does have. And I want to figure out which, first of all, how the price depends on all of these three variables: resolution, processor frequency, and RAM. And also, I want to find out which computer is the best deal, which one is the most underpriced. And also, probably if I'm at it, I can also figure out the most overpriced one. That means the one which I probably would want to avoid buying. So, to do so, we have to calculate a multiple regression. It can be linear, it can be some more complicated if regression if it's necessary. So I'm going to show you how to do so. So we have as I said, we have a price which for our purposes will be independent variable y, and resolution and processor frequency and RAM will be dependent variables x1, x2, and x3. We're going to use the data analysis tool in Excel. So we want to go to data analysis. If your Excel doesn't have this tool, as always, you have to go to File, Options, Option Add-ins, Go, and analysis tool pack needs to be clicked in. If it's not clicked in, click it in and press OK. And then if you go to data, in data analysis, this data analysis option will be here ready for you. So you go regression, press OK. And first you have to select the Y range. So you click on this little icon over here, press the price, then press Control Shift down, which selects basically the whole the all of the data points all the way down to the end of the table. It's like a very efficient way how to do so. Then we want to choose the X range. Well, we have three variables, so we're going to select all three of them. Again, highlight the labels. Always highlight the labels. Control Shift down highlights all of the data points till end of the table. Press this little icon over here, and then definitely have labels clicked in because we highlighted labels, so we don't want the analysis tool to recognize it as yet another number or be confused about it. Then if we want to, we can select the uh, the confidence interval. Then we want to choose where we want uh, our regression table where it's going to be located. And definitely, in this case, you definitely have to choose residuals. We would want to also check the residual plots if there's probably there can be a better way how to design the regression. So have that clicked in. You can also choose standardized residuals, but in this case, it's probably not so important. So click OK, and there's the regression calculated for you. First of all, we can look at the residual plots. Each plot is for each dependent variable. So, and because we highlighted the labels, we already see for which variable it is. So this is the residual plot for RAM, and you can see that there is like for each RAM there is like a clustering up above and below 0, which for the purpose of the regression represents the regression line. These are only the differences from the regression line. So if it's 0, it lays on the regression line, and If it's above the regression line, it shows positive number. If it's below regression line, it's showing negative number. So we can see that it kind of nicely clusters above and down. There is a little bit of a systematic error. There like might be, for example, in this case, probably quadratic relationship would probably display it a little bit better, but it's mostly all right. So I would guess probably the improvement wouldn't be major. The same thing is for the frequency. There's a more of a systematic error in resolution somehow. So we probably should calculate the regression a little bit more complicatedly, but for the purpose of this exercise, we're going to ignore it and just calculate it as it is. And then we have the residual outputs over here, which shows you for each observation the predicted price, basically the price which we calculate, which the Excel calculated depending on the regression line, and the residual is the difference from the predicted line. So it's basically the difference between the real observed number and the predicted line. So what I'm going to do is to highlight all of them. So uh, highlight the first predicted price, press shift, arrow to the right, then press shift control down, highlight all of them, control C to copy it. Then I'm going to move over here and copy it in. I can probably go back and copy it only as values, so my formatting stays as it was before. Control V, of course, is for copying, for pasting of the values. And so basically now I have uh, the, the observed price, then the price which would correspond with the um, with the regression equation, and then the residual is a difference between these two numbers. So you can see that predicted price would be only $1,000, but this computer actually costs $1,400. So this computer is actually overpriced by $400. So what we want to do is to figure out which computer is the cheapest and which one is the most overpriced. So, and we do it by using max and min formula. So first I'll figure out the cheapest. So min, press in the first column, first cell, control shift down arrow, enter. And the smallest residual is minus $1,009. So that's quite a lot. And the same thing we'll do with max for the most overpriced. Again, click in the first one, control shift down arrow, enter. And now all I have to do is I highlight this column and I want to find 109, and there it is. Dell Inspiron is the most underpriced computer on the market. The regression analysis predicted it would cost almost $2,000, and hey, it's just under $1,000. Well, it's kind of a significant discount. So I'm going to highlight it as the best deal we could find. And the same thing for the most overpriced. So 1434. So again, I highlight the column. If I highlight the column and then press Control F, then I'm searching only inside of the cells which are highlighted. So 1434. Press Enter, and there it is. Lenovo ThinkPad cost 2,700. But like depending on its parameters, it should cost only $300, $1,300. Well, that's really overpriced. So we probably don't want to buy that one. So we have figured out the most underpriced Dell Inspiron or most overpriced computer. Well, it was, just imagine how long it would take you if you actually wanted to compare 373 computers. Well, that would probably take you quite a long time, and we just did it in a few minutes. So, I just, we actually didn't talk at all about the regression. So, the regression itself is uh, 0.50, the r square is 0.57, which is not the best regression, but like we wouldn't really expect it because as you can see there's a quite a lot of significant discounts or like wrongly wrong or price computers. So there are probably some other factors which are determining the how much each computer costs. For example, if the company, if Dell is right now giving some significant discounts, then like of course we don't have to discount as another variable. So we just identified the most underpriced computer. So you can also put together the equation by intercept, the x1 resolution, x2 processor frequency, and x3 the RAM, how much each of them actually matter. So basically, what it means that each point in resolution uh, uh, adds $0.27 to the price of the computer. Of course, resolution don't come in units of one; it comes in units of hundreds. But for example, this is kind of interesting. Processor frequency. Every new every additional gigahertz in a processor frequency costs $413. Well, it's interesting information. And the same thing for RAM. For every gigabyte of RAM costs $50. So if you are looking for a computer which would just have a little bit of RAM, well, a little bit more of RAM, this is what every additional gigabyte will cost you. Okay, so that's end of the exercise. After you complete this calculation for yourself, go to the question, and there is a different data set. You'll actually you have 128 used Volkswagen Polos, and you want to figure out which car is the cheapest. There are different years, they have a different mileage, they have different engine side, also they have different prices. So which one is the most underpriced of them all? So thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you a good luck with the calculation, and let me know how it goes. Bye.